Good morning, everyone. So, MES in pharma and evolutions. How long are we talking about MES? A couple of decades? Would you agree? This is what I thought as well. But let me give you a true story, personal experience that I had a few months ago. I was on a digital transformation business trip in France in one of those nice Industry X.0 car with drive assist, with voice control, GPS, all that kind of stuff. And what I was doing was what we should never do. I was on the phone talking about MES, MES. This is what we do. That's why we are here. We're all passionate about that. And all of a sudden, this stupid, smart connected car pulled me off the highway and brought me to a nice little village called Saint-MES. It's in the middle of France. It's not that the people living there are stuttered, but I also figured out that there was a pioneer, Saint-MES. And this guy was even a pioneer in pharma. In middle age, he was gifted with a talent to look transparently across all organisms. And he was well known to heal various tumors and colics. So, having said that, it's a long time we are talking about MES. But are we talking about MES? Are we implementing them fast enough or deep enough to effectively get the value out of that and drive our enterprise goals? So, before going into the MES, let's define what digital transformation is. And I'm not here to give you a pitch about digital transformation in a holistic manner and all the environmental pressure or threat or reality that are affecting our lives personally and our businesses. But on a pragmatic manner, what does digital transformation do in a manufacturing or in a supply chain? It's about conversions between two worlds, IT and OT, that are integrating vertically or horizontally multiple functions, business systems across your operations. And in that, we see MES having a growing impact to orchestrate effectively all those businesses and all those data, and to make things happening in your manufacturing. So what is MES? Well, that's just a holistic view of the major function of an MES. And in pharma, I would say those functions are enhanced by specific application and processes, such as weighing and dispense, EBR, equipment management, etc. And that's absolutely critical to effectively make things happening in your operations. But MES interacts and orchestrates in multiple environments with other business systems that you have today in your operations. Okay? And that's all aggregates the IT-OT conversions. While we are talking about business digital transformation, it's absolutely essential that we do not build on sand, and that effectively the orchestration of those data, the orchestration of those processes that have been defined by your people, by your affinity teams or cross-functional teams, are effectively delivering the value that you expect. So what are the benefits of an MES? Well, that's just a holistic view about the major short-term and longer-term benefits, such as cost reduction, process improvement, supply chain gain. But the most important thing in this is not the benefit in this slide, it's the timing. Look on the timeline. It takes time to implement a solid foundation. And what we all experience with our customer is that the benefit are lagging in terms of time and in terms of money. On this chart, you see on the left side the digital maturity of your organization. and you start to implement MES and digital in your plant. And it takes, specifically in our regulated environment, time to get the right benefits. While the environment, our organization, the expectations from the field as well as from the business leaders are pushing the maturity up. So, to fill the gap in time or in benefit, we all in this ecosystem develop strategies. So, software editors like ours are developing agile development in product, adding a maximum of feature as quick as possible into the product. The developers do the same. The manufacturers do the same. Some have strategies to build every features that are needed for all the lines or all the plant in a large core to effectively scale quickly at the end in benefits. Others have a strategy that stream that by functions and start to do, as an example, weighing and dispense and rolling it out in multiple plants, and another then move to EBR, rolling it out of those plants. And we all fight to fill the gap in time and in benefits. And this is where, in that ecosystem, orchestrated by MES, we strongly believe that IIoT platforms and marketplace are delivering added value to that infrastructure for some specific additional use cases. Because what happens in reality? Your plant manager or your line operator is asking features. He gains in maturity. He has specific use cases. And in the timeline, he goes back to the core team, to the engineering team, to the IT team, and all those use cases may land in multiple business systems. And it takes time for him to get that feature delivered. It can take months, a year, 2 years for him to effectively get the specific use cases that is for his plant or for his line. That affects absolutely the time lag and the benefit lag that I mentioned earlier. So those are just examples of use cases that an agile and simple infrastructure in IoT can complement all the infrastructure that I mentioned earlier, such as an example, doing tour, tracking the time out of refrigerators. Those data come from everywhere, orchestrated by the MES at some point, but not necessarily, and can be specific in some of your BU or some of your plants. There are multiple use cases that way that may not be considered immediately into the core, and the time it's delivered to the plant is affecting the benefits. As an example, I give you a personal example or a company example. In one of our plants, 500 people on the shop floor. If you go there, and I invite you to come there, because you can do a day in life as a plant manager in that plant. The first thing they will do is bring you in the improvement museum. And they will give you a stack of paper. Every year, those 500 employees provide suggestions for improvement. We capture 1,500 papers per year. And those were all written badly in English or in Polish. This plant is in Poland. And it takes a lot of time to get those improvements implemented and to work with engineering and with IT to get them implemented. Today, we do that directly into the MES. People populate automatically all their improvements, and the MES and the IoT platform helps to orchestrate the deliverable of those improvements and ensure that they are part of specific workflow, and we track how they were able to be attended. From there on, we increase drastically the number of improvements that we implemented. So, IoT platform complementing our ecosystem. That's just a Gartner study. That in any of your organization, there's probably someone thinking about, okay, we need a platform. It's important that you do that with a solid infrastructure, safe and secure, with MES and all the other business systems. But that's where currently the predictions are for manufacturers, to implement or to choose an IoT platform or marketplace. And it's going very fast. By end of 2020, in less than 2 years, more than 60% of manufacturers would have chosen a platform to complement their infrastructure. So how do we do to effectively accelerate those benefits to, again, minimize the time and maximize the benefits? So you may have seen in the news a few months ago, a little bit more than a quarter, Rockwell Automation announcing a partnership, a solid partnership with a company called PDC. We invested $1 billion in PDC. To explain you how this impacts, what is Rockwell Automation? Rockwell Automation, for those who may not know, is a $6 billion plus company solely focused on industrial automation and industrial software. We are about 22,000 employees around the world, and specifically for MES and analytics, that represents roughly 800 plus people in development and delivery. But we are a bottom-up organization. We know how plants operate. PDC is a solely software company, highly specialized in software and software only, in CAD, PLM, and especially in IoT platform. It's a $1 billion plus company, around 5,000 people. And what they do is IoT platform. And this partnership and this common investment generates a lot of benefits and complementarity, from bottom-up connectivity to effectively MES, feeding all those business systems with the right information at the right time, up to analytics, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, that I'm going to talk in a few minutes. This IoT platform and marketplace is a world-class platform. Here, you have 2 studies from Gartner and ABI evaluating effectively the maturity and the innovation of those platforms. On the left hand, you have the famous Gartner Magic Quadrant from last year, and PDC is at the top corner, and we expect this year them to even move a little bit up. On the right side, we have IBI evaluating innovation and implementation capabilities of this platform, and you see as well PDC at the top and quarter, leading effectively the pack. That allows that ecosystem all around MES, who orchestrates the operations, to effectively bridge faster the gap between the reality, the physical reality of our plants, of how they evolve and how they change, to digital. Build around Factory Talk Production Center, which is the core of our Pharma suite MES, with additional product. This platform is called ThinWorks, and Euphoria being the augmented reality complementation of those digital complementarity between the physical and digital world. So not only those platforms help to seamlessly integrate and connect all type of assets and databases, to understand the context feeds all our analytic platform, machine learning platforms, augmented reality and artificial intelligence models that we are building in our Factory Talk platforms. But more than that, it effectively helps the MES to orchestrate and to make things happen faster in a more agile manner in our manufacturing landscape. That's a representation of our industrial Internet of Things in the field, bottom up, connecting effectively on a solid infrastructure, all the automation layer, all the sensors, all those assets that are producing effectively, and orchestrated by MES in a scalable manner, and analytics, augmented reality, enhanced by mobility features, definitely, and connected services. But all the goal is to maximize faster time to market and other business benefit that are listed here, such as improving cost of ownership, improving asset utilization, and so forth. On a technology alignment standpoint, what now? With this IoT platform in the marketplace, this is how, on a product standpoint, we complement each other. From the CAD, PLM, product lifecycle management, augmented reality, IoT and connectivity, all around orchestrated by our scalable MES, up to the right hand in the connectivity and in the automation level of your operations. That allows also MES to grow. And as I said, MES is effectively growing at a scale and at a pace we haven't seen so far. So regarding Pharma Suite especially, where we are today, and that's just a journey of Rockwell's automation history in MES. We are in 2018, in scalable execution, where effectively, beyond technology-wise, where we are cloud-enabled, we are evergreen. That's what a key differentiator means. In a seamless manner, you upgrade your system in a few hours. A couple of years ago, it was still taking us days or weeks. Now, in a few hours within the day, you stay evergreen in all your application and customization potentially that you have built on top of our MES. Moving forward, it will go to MES as a service. That's another technology evolution that will provide additional value to reduce the time and maximize, definitely, the benefits. What is what we call a marketecture on a market standpoint? You're familiar with Pharma Suite being a really industry suite, highly dedicated to our regulated environment. Additionally, when we speak scalability and to allow you to develop more tactical implementation ways to reduce the time, we developed modular MES that are based on the same infrastructure that helps you to start with features or with functions such as quality, performance management, production management, and so forth. So, summary. The future of MES and analytics. I'll scratch the surface into this. They are the Ethernet of services. And the Ethernet of things complement absolutely some use cases there that helps to maximize the coverage of a core implementation or a functional implementation of an MES in your manufacturing. What are at the end the customer value of building, of implementing an IoT platform, aggregating, we're all aggregating MES and all those business systems? It simplifies the experience, a single pane of glass of all your business system in the same and similar context, allowing more aggregation and make it more frictionless and simple for users or operators to interact with those. Enhanced with augmented reality, using the latest technologies in 3Ds and the digital twin, as was mentioned earlier, to effectively streamline the experience of the user and enhance features in some specific use cases. Some are listed here, such as in the maintenance area, especially, or providing guidance to operators on bill of materials or sequence of operations, with the capacity with digital twin to predict what has happened, to go back to history or to follow real-time what he has to do. Additionally, when it comes to integration with our systems, as MES orchestrates in a complex environment, connectivity and getting the information where they are absolutely essential. And what an IoT platform provides is a larger, unlimited way of connecting and improving MES with any type of information. Organizing your data, not just by physical tag, but by information tags across all your business processes and your information flow into your operations. Connectivity is definitely something that requires work, requires coordination between different business systems, different type of skills, from automation to IT, from IT to OT. Again, having those native and configurable, easy way to manage your things on an information manner, feeding, ingressing, or an MES, or an analytics, or artificial intelligence solution is absolutely essential and minimizes the fact that this is done in an automated or semi-automated manner, in a configurable manner, is accessible to everyone. To give you an idea, my kids downloaded the freemium of this IoT platform and messed it up in my home, putting a big mess in all the IoT things that I had in my home. They are 14 years old. They're able to do that in a few days. Here, how have we implemented that? We have implemented that already in multiple industries, in multiple customers, specifically into pharma. That's one of our recent reference, where we implemented this IoT platform, effectively establishing the foundation to add features such as EBR in the specific customers to feed appropriately in a frictionless manner what is the value add of an IoT platform into an MES system. So, going back to the major takeaway is implementation of digital and specifically MES is growing. The digital maturity of our environment, of our operations, is growing faster than the ecosystem capacity to deliver, to fill the gap in time and in business benefits. And this is where, in your journey, where you really start to achieve a digital transformation, is not only by implementing the business processes and the features and the standardization of all your business system, is by providing to your enterprise, providing to your organization the capacity to be more and more agile in those implementations. That was my key message of the day. Happy Tuesday, because happy is absolutely essential, especially in pharma for your health. Thank you.